Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated, superstar Team Vicious. Gonna go over Raw this week was in Norfolk, Virginia. Now, before we do, we're gonna switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind, and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it started out with Riddle and Orton. They came out, issued a challenge. They said they were gonna. They wanted the tag title unification match that they were promised. They didn't get it, so they came to SmackDown to not ask the Usos, but to instead ask Roman, because they said Roman pulls the leash for them. And yeah. Instead of getting an answer from Roman, though, we got an answer from one Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn came out and said, whoa, hold up, guys. Listen, glad to see, you guys are doing great doing what you do on Raw. But this is SmackDown. We do things different here. Listen, I am the locker room leader. Now, I have a good connection with the bloodline, now, obviously, I'm not like at Paul Heyman's level, but, you talk to me, and I can put in a good word for Paul, and then maybe we can get it, maybe you can get a sit down with Roman, And Sammy trying to go and coax like that. Eventually, Riddle and Orton start working up a Sammy sucks chant to them, and then Riddle issues a challenge to Sami Zayn, which then Adam Pearce then makes official. Riddle winds up beating him. Fast forward to the end of the night, Roman comes out, winds up, and then Riddle and Orton get face-to-face with him, and Roman starts talking about he's better than Cena, he's better than this guy, and that guy, and that guy, and then Randy steps in, whoa, hold it right there, Slapdick. You are nowhere near on their level, trust me on that, and then, again, proceeds to issue the challenge. We wanted the tag title unification match, but we're not going to wait. We don't want to wait. We do not want to wait. So instead, what we want it next week on SmackDown. The Usos accept, and then Riddle throws a jumping high knee to Roman's face, which honestly cracked me up because, honest to God, fucking wrestling Twitter is fucking weird sometimes, man. I swear, because people were out there putting out shit like, oh my God, was this planned? Was this a shoot? Look at the Usos and Paul Heyman's reactions to when it happened. Guys, seriously? It's fucking on live TV and wrestling. It's Shakespearean acting and a 360-degree stage. What did you want them to do? Sit there and act emotionless while it happened? No, because then that would have taken away from it. That's the whole fucking point. They're supposed to be like, oh shit, he did that. Not only that, let's just say for the hell of it, if, and I emphasize if, it wasn't part of the plan and they did shoot, you don't think every dirt sheet jerk-off writer going from Dave to Wade to Brian to all of them out there would have had 500 different stories about on how Riddle went off script, Riddle went against the plan, Riddle's being reprimanded for this and fined for that, and he's going to get buried in this and that and that and that, all that shit. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I feel like I'm the only one with fucking common sense around here. Now, that said, Ronda Rousey issued an open challenge to any woman in the back for a title shot. It was answered by one Raquel Rodriguez, formerly Gonzalez, and I'm not even gonna lie, these two had a fucking good ass match. This was straight good. This was straight up awesome. I fucking dug it. It was a damn good match. Ronda got the win. Now I will say this, and I'm not trying to split hairs or anything, but just as a personal dislike from what I've seen from Raquel going from NXT to SmackDown, is she looks like kind of like the whole Apollo Crews situation where She constantly comes out with the big smile all the time. No, don't need that. Don't need that, honey. Listen, get that you're happy to be there, but you don't need to have the big, giant, 4-foot grin all the time. You know, maybe a little smirk, maybe a little, just carry yourself in a happy, positive attitude, but you don't need to have that big, giant smile. We wound up getting women's tag title match. Sasha and Naomi went against Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Sasha and Naomi won, and well, I was going to talk about this later in the show, but since it's up now, let's just get it out and get the cat out of the bag, so to say. Address it right at the front. News broke as Raw happened. Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out. They said on TV it was due to unprofessional reasons. WWE then quickly released a statement online saying Sasha and Naomi walked out. They came to the building, found out what the plan was, had roughly about 8 hours to work out the match. Then at some point proceeded to go to John Laurinaitis' office, handed them the titles, said they felt like they were being disrespected as champs, and then left. Now, the plan was originally a 6-pack challenge for the winner to go against Bianca Belair. It was going to be Sasha versus Naomi versus Asuka versus Bayley versus Doudrop versus Nikki Ash. And if anything, so again, as the old saying goes, plans change, pal. It got changed to Asuka versus Becky. So yeah, if anything, out of all of this, if anything, who I feel more sorry for than anything out of all this is fucking Doudrop and Nikki Ash. Because if I was either one of them two, I'd be fucking livid. Because I had a chance to have fucking 5 minutes in the light, 5 minutes in the spotlight. That's my chance to go out there and show them just what the fuck I can do. Whether it's to take a dive or to take a hit. Whether it's to be a badass or to show that, you know, I'm a good company worker, whatever the fuck. But you in your infinite sense of wisdom wanted to walk out and descend, and because of that, now I'm stuck not being on TV. If I was them, honest to goodness, while I may be cool with them and they may be my buddies and they may be my ride and die friends, that still wouldn't mean I wouldn't be pissed at them. Because, let's all be honest, we all got friends that are ride and dies. But that don't mean we ain't getting pissed at them at some point. Like, God, what the fuck, man? That was a stupid ass shit. You know? Also, we wound up so back to SmackDown, we also had Butch getting a win over Kofi. And, well, Corbin wound up having a segment where he used the Andre the Giant trophy to smash a chair rigged over Madcap Moss's neck, so it looks like Moss is going to be out of action for a minute. It's more, now it was done on TV, so 99.999% chance it was planned and all, done safely. I'm just hoping that when he comes back, he decides to stop wearing Daisy Duke shorts with suspenders, because it is not a good fucking look for him. So with that said, let's get into this week's show now. Raw, it starts out with a hype-up video for the Nigerian giant Omos versus the almighty Bobby Lashley in a solid steel cage match. Omos is in the ring with MVP. MVP hypes up Omos. And then we see Bobby Lashley come out. And as he's walking to the ring, you see Cedric Alexander run from behind, do a sneak attack on him. Then Omos gets out of the cage and starts beating the shit out of him. And then we get a big brawl before the match even starts outside of the cage. Cue the commercial. Then we come back. And then we get the match going. And it was a damn good match. I liked it. It was a good match. Yep. Omos, he was leading at the start of the match. And Bobby, he wound up picking up the pace at one point. At one point in the match. Fuck! My brain's all over the fucking place. God damn it. Focus, man. And at one point, Cedric actually jumped up onto the cage to keep Bobby from climbing out, and then Cedric actually got thrown in thanks to Bobby. After he did that, Bobby Lashley then jumped off to do a crossbody onto Omos. Omos caught him, threw him over into a fireman's carry position, threw him into the side of the cage, started wailing on him, and then threw him again onto the opposite side. The cage wall collapses. Bobby, looking all punch drunk. Gets his bearings, getting on his feet. Next thing you know, ref, ring the bell. Bobby Lashley wins. And Bobby's like, oh yeah, I win. A win's a win, right? Yeah. So yeah. Next up, we got Theory. We have scheduled Theory versus Mustafa Ali. And then Theory then gets the mic saying, oh, before I'm supposed to go against you, but I need somebody who is willing to call it down the middle, who is not going to show favoritism. So I asked Mr. McMahon if I could have a special guest referee, and I can only think of one man who could properly officiate this, The Miz. So out comes The Miz, and then before the match can begin, whoa. I also, thinking about it, you have not earned the right to challenge me yet for the United States Championship. What have you done? So, one lesson I learned from Mr. McMahon is be ready for anything. So, instead of me, you're now going to go against Veer Mahan. So now we got Veer going against Mustafa Ali, and Veer, it was a little longer than your average Veer match, but Ali showed some nice offense, taking it to him, and it was nice to see that, that the big giant, or not the giant, but the big giant ass kicker can take a punch or two and be like, ah, god damn, alright, and God, quit hitting me, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna have to hit you harder, kind of mindset. And then eventually, how the match eventually came to an end, Miz wound up getting in Ali's face and actually just like face washed him, so to say. And then Veer, he did that clothesline and then that cervical clutch afterwards. Then Theory came in to taunt with doing none other than click, selfie, selfie, selfie. And then before Veer could go and put Ali through the table, the Mysterios, right, and Dominic came out to save him, and they knocked down Veer. They made a big thing out of it. It was the first time since Veer debuted that he's been taken down. So now we get the next match, which is Riddle versus Jimmy Uso, which is supposed to be our hype-up match coming up to this Friday. And it was a decent match. Jimmy, he was leading into the break. And most of the post-commercial break, it was good, but if I'm going to be honest, this one kind of felt like color by numbers because we've seen Riddle and Uso one-on-one a couple of times, and I'm not disparaging the match or the match quality, I'm just saying, listen, you guys haven't done nothing to make it more spectacular, to make me be like, whoa, this is way better than the last one. No, it just feels like the same as last time. But match came to an end. Jimmy wound up having a roll up, and his brother Jay on the outside holding the ropes, putting his foot up on Jimmy to help give him leverage for it. Ref sees it like, oh, no, you can't do that. You're out of here. While throwing Jay out. Next thing you know, Jimmy turns around. Riddle winds up scoring a roll-up on him. 1, 2, 3. Riddle gets the win. Next up, we got tag action. Finn Balor and AJ Styles going against Los Lotharios. And this came to be from a little backstage segment where Los Lotharios were getting their creep John going on Liv Morgan, asking if she wanted to be on the kiss cam, which... Listen, if two guys are asking one girl if they want to be on a kiss cam, I don't know about anyone else, but my mindset automatically was, the fuck are they shooting for brazzers? That was my first thought. And then AJ and Finn scooted them away like, all right, come on, boys. Get out of here now. Go, leave. So that we get to this match. Liv Morgan was ringside for AJ and Finn because they were asking if she would help them with their issue with Edge's group. So as far as this match went, you know, the heels were leading into the break. AJ was the punching bag for the team for the majority of the match. Part that was interesting to me was AJ and Finn started to pick up momentum going into the commercial break, and then post break, AJ went back to being a punching bag. Personally, that was just a thing that caught my eye. Like, okay, AJ's been the punching bag. Oh, they're picking up momentum. Okay, we might see something different by the time the commercial's done. Come back from the commercial, AJ's still punching bag. Alright, cool. That's a little different. Excuse me. Decent enough. Finn got the hot tag, started working good. Next thing you know, how it came to an end. It wasn't like fast, high-paced action. It was just more so Finn came in, threw a few shots, and then Garza went to go for the wing clipper on Finn, wound up countering it, and then wound up attacking Humberto, who became the legal man. And at one point, Finn hit Humberto with the shotgun dropkick, and just as Finn's climbing up to the top, AJ then springboards, hits Garza with the phenomenal forearm, while Finn, boom, does the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3, that is it. Next up, we got first reason to need the heart pills tonight. Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, making her Monday Night Raw return again. Coming back from Raw again. Going against Sonya Deville. And, okay, seriously, with Sonya's outfits, really bringing back some funky memories from this dominatrix chick I chased after back in the day. And not quite sure I could tell those stories on here. Yeah. Anyways, as far as this match went, Bliss, she started out strong. Sonya wound up leading most of the match, but match came to an end at one point when Sonya, she went into a corner, went to go and untie the turnbuckle. Ref went and stopped her. Ref went to go retie it. As he's doing that, Sonya then goes and does his spine buster, pins Alexa. You could do the count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had like a 5 or 6 count, and then by the time the ref came over, it was 1, 2, kick out. Bliss wound up doing the Bliss DT. I believe that's on how Mauro Ranallo called it when he was doing commentary for Alexa Bliss's matches. But either way, it was that Bliss DDT she does, and then, yeah, just that, 1, 2, 3. Also, do want to note, Alexa Bliss got new music again. Personally, I'm just waiting for the day when she comes out with the Bowling for Soup Alexa Bliss song. I just think that would seal the deal right there. Like, okay, yeah. Next up, we got Chad Gable going against Ezekiel, and this came to be because Kevin Owens had Chad Gable go and do a DNA test off of a red Solo cup they got from Ezekiel and comparing it to a few pieces of beard hair that they got off of one of Elias's guitar. Ew, gross. And the results came back inconclusive due to contamination from barbecue sauce, which was on, and barbecue sauce and pulled pork and ribs, which Otis just so happened to have for lunch at catering that day. Yeah, big man. Listen, you can't go and you don't eat where you work. Trust me, I know this from first-hand experience. Don't do that. So that's where we get to this match. KO's on commentary, which Kevin Owens on commentary. Fucking beautiful. Honest to goodness, and I'm not saying this to be disparaging against Kevin Owens because Lord knows I think nothing but the best on him. If and when Kevin Owens' time is up in the ring, he would be perfect as commentator or manager. You know, he's got the fucking gift of gab. All thanks to Stone Cold saying, never stop running your mouth, kid. And that's the honest goodness truth. So, as far as this match went, really great work in the ring by both guys. The main story of this match, though, was on how KO on commentary kept saying that, no, that's Elias, because, you look at his mannerisms, you look at some of the moves he does, the way he's performing, he's not performing like somebody that just started a couple weeks ago. No, he's performing like somebody who has like 8 or 10 years experience, like Elias does. He does that high jumping knee in the same way and shows the same mannerisms as Elias and all that jazz. As far as the match went, as far as the ending went, Ezekiel got the win with a roll up. So yeah. So now we come to main event of the night. The main reason why I need heart medication, Asuka, going against one of the other reasons I need heart medication, Becky Lynch. And, whew, man, these two do not disappoint. They have had some stellar matches back in the day, and they did not disappoint tonight. Solid action by both girls. Bianca Belair, not on commentary, but sitting ringside watching to get a first-hand experience. And, well, if you've seen Bianca's outfit, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a brain duster at the end of this calling this match. But, yeah. If you saw Bianca's outfit, you'd see reason number 3 why I needed my heart pills that night. Yeah. So, really dug the match. Becky, she wound up leading into the break. Post-break, there was really good back and forth going on between both girls. I dug the shit out of this, and I fucking loved it. Again, this was doing the best to turn chicken salad out of chicken shit. Or turning chicken shit into chicken salad. But again, like I said at the beginning, if I was Doudrop and Nikki Ash, I'd be fucking fuming. I'd be fucking fuming and pissed off at them. They may be my buddies, they may be my homies, all that jazz. That don't mean I won't be mad at them. Because I've had friends that, I'm still tight with to this day. I still got I keep state secrets with them. Don't mean that they didn't do shit that I wasn't pissed off at them on. But yeah, how the match came to an end. Becky wound up going outside trying to taunt Bianca into hitting her to get a DQ win. Didn't happen. Then Asuka attacked Becky. Then Becky threw Asuka into Bianca and then got in Bianca's face over it. Bianca then climbed up onto the apron. Ref was arguing with Bianca. As that's going on, Becky then grabs Asuka's umbrella, goes to wind back for the swing, and then whoosh! Asuka then hits her with the green mist, which, yeah, green mist in a memory. Popped her with the green mist, and then took Becky Lynch's head off with a fucking kick. And then went for the pin. 1, 2, 3. So you're a winner and new #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship, Asuka, and it's now official. Asuka versus Becky Lynch at Hell in a Cell. Speaking of Hell in a Cell, there was also a segment earlier in the show where Cody issued an open challenge to Seth, not just at the pay-per-view, but in a Hell in a Cell match, which Seth accepted. So we got that as well. So, with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at TimVicious. Thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, thank you to LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to go and check out some of the Vicious Rants apparel. Link is below at whatamaneuver.net. Help support the show. And don't forget to follow these cool ass cats already on the Twitter. Kenny Killer DSB_IV. Diabolica RA. Sergeant Curry Pants and Dubs in your face. And folks, like I always tell you, and like the shirt says, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yourself.